Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Are you tired of the same old blah, 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 blah from the media? Do you like unfiltered commentary? Would you like to go back to the days when our rights meant something? Well, you've come to the right place, Crisco's Corner. The fight to get back the ideals of our founders will be long and hard. Please support the channel by subscribing. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. The Capitol is under siege. There was a huge Stop the Steal march in Washington, D.C. And as the crowd got closer and closer to the Capitol, while they were going through the electoral votes in the Senate and the House and their objections and the constitutional mandate to count the electors, the Capitol was stormed and security was breached. People were in the rotunda. They showed videos. You go online. They're in the Senate chamber. They were in the House of Representatives chambers. Now, I don't condone violence of any kind. But what makes me mad as hell is these fake patriots on the progressive side that are now condemning all this. Meanwhile, for months and months and months, there's been hundreds of millions and billions of dollars destroyed in people's lives in protest and rioting. And know what they got? Here's the response from the Democrats all these weeks and months leading up to the election. Here's the response to violence and people getting killed. That's their response. Yes, there's some Republicans that are outraged, and they should be. But how did we get to this point? How did we get here? Let's read on. This is despicable, Wall said on the daily briefing. He's a congressman from Florida. Representative Michael Walsh from Florida condemned violent pro-Trump supporters who breached the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday and interrupted the proceedings to certify President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College victory. This is not who we are as a country. We were debating this through debate and discussion from our interpretation of the Constitution. There is no place for violence. You're right, there is no place for violence. But people only get pushed so far before they snap. Before months and months and months of unconstitutional lockdowns where people's lives are being destroyed, their mental health is being broken, their businesses are gone forever, their livelihoods that some have been for generations in business are gone. They have nowhere to turn. They looked for the only person they knew was on their side, and that was Trump. And look what happened in the election. We can go in through all of that. They feel cheated, and they were. So they went to the courts, because that's what conservative people do. They play by the rules. They bring a knife to a gunfight, unfortunately, and guess what? Supreme Court said no. Supreme Court said no. Turn it down in a procedural matter. This is the result of Supreme Court's lack of backbone. Lack of backbone. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, he's right. There is no place for violence. I couldn't agree more. Walsh is one of the many Republican members of Congress who announced they would object to certain electors in states won by Biden. Protests broke out into the Capitol shortly after 2 p.m., forcing the House floor to be evacuated. We were on the House floor. We informed that protesters have penetrated the Capitol. Tear gas has been deployed inside the Capitol. Members now have masks that are in the Capitol are now being evacuated. This is despicable. This is not who we are as a country. You're right. This is not who we are as a country. But how did we get to this point? 4 years of Democrats and progressives stoking the fire of hatred, calling Trump supporters all kinds of names, including me. They've destroyed my business. I've been in business for 22 years. And just because I support a certain person for president, they destroyed my business. Boycotts, all kinds of stuff, you name it. They've done it to hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, people are pissed. Even a field mouse will fight back if you corner it. Members are objecting to people's concerns. There's no place for violence. I've served in places overseas in Africa and Afghanistan where violence is how we solve our disputes, not here in America. Well, the progressives and the Democrats have been solving disputes with violence since. I mean, think about this for a minute. What was the Democrats' outrage when there were hundreds of people banging on the Supreme Court doors just because there was a confirmation hearing on Brett Kavanaugh? I saw the videos, so did everybody else. And what did you get from the Democrats when all that was going on? Banging on the doors, wanting to burn the building down. Here's what you got again. All of a sudden now all these Democrats are outraged? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's hypocrisy. I don't condone the violence either, but we have to assess how we got to this point, how these people got this pissed off that they would actually do this, or just a certain handful. Those hundreds of thousands of people aren't there because they're all Antifa crazy people. They're decent, hardworking Americans who got screwed over. They got screwed over in their jobs, their businesses, their lives, and then they feel they've been cheated in the November election. Yeah, they're pissed. And interesting, if you go online and look at some of the videos and the photos of the people inside the House of Representatives chamber and the Senate chamber, you notice one certain thing that wouldn't happen if the other side was in there. Yeah, there's some papers scattered around, but they didn't trash the place. Huh. Why? Because they think differently. They do have respect for the House. They do have respect for the Senate. They could have trashed that place, and they didn't. They were trying to make their point. They went about it the wrong way. So take that with a grain of salt, whatever it is. No, I don't condone violence, but you only can push people so far. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come on this story. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.